Hello, welcome to Blue Girls Podcast. I'm going to do, this is probably the fifth or sixth one that I've done today. So I think this is going to be the end of it, the last of it it's going to be November 2017. I'm going to try to get December 2017 finished as well. Okay, so the first one, it's mid-November is where I'm going to be starting. Panic attack. A woman from Combo and SEA are in dream. A guy has two children, are not familiar. Moving luggage in a downward position, Vancouver. Anxiety. There is a strong, mean Mexican man. He seems direct, no Bart's guy. I think because of him that I have been waking up anxious. Okay, chatting. There was this young girl who didn't want me to do something, part of a job, painting acorns or something. Okay. We were sitting down at a table. I told her that I didn't really mind, but I knew she did not want me to have the responsibility because I knew I left. It didn't actually bother me. Okay, so what happened was I was actually, in real life, I was actually moving into a new place, and I had a dream of these two women talking about my situation, financial situation, okay? And so, but in this dream, I was sitting down with them, but that's not what happened. Okay. They were just talking to, in real life, I think. And so they didn't want me to do some kind of responsibility for possibly a job for whatever reason. I do not know. But anyway. Okay. So the next dream. Guest. I really wanted to remember this dream because it had a lot of dream activity. This was odd and somewhat embarrassing. I was reading this dream to my friend and I was like, oops, there is a naked guy in dream, the full Monty, LOL. I've never had a dream of a guy completely naked just standing there in a room. That's true. I did have one recently, 2023. I just saw the back of him, thank God. Anyway, he was a little heavy, middle 30s, short brown hair, a little pot belly, not a sight for sore eyes. Then later when clothed, he hugged some other guy. Okay. Then I am at an older woman's place. She is gone for most of the day and was unaware that men were going to be coming in and out of her apartment for various reasons. She wanted to see guy's identification for some reason. He was wearing a plastic belt buckle. She wished she brought her luggage with her. Positive, young, energetic, not Seattle, feels like Colorado. Someplace lively, positive, not too wild. Okay, well, I don't really remember all those dreams. I didn't even remember the naked guy until I read about it. Consoling. $250. There's a girl at her big sister's place. She is asking her brother for advice regarding her living situation. She was in her small room. And some guy was in the kitchen with keys. She didn't know he was going to be there. She was going to stay there with a couple of days and then go to one of her friends' place. Okay, you look dead. I woke up with an anxiety attack. Belinda whistle. I heard a whistle in the dream. There was a young blonde-haired guy passed out on the floor by the kitchen table. In real life, I was trying to fall asleep and lying down on my bed after a long conversation with a friend. Then I felt a man smudge the left side of my face, chin, and then right side. I could not figure it out. I thought maybe it was like a facial with a brush. I thought of like a mortician, or maybe my face was being painted since I have been having dreams of a painter. Anyway, my friend thought it was maybe a facial, and you need to spruce things up. He mentioned his big sister, and his younger sister, actually. Then he says, you look dead. Well, it's because I told him what I just said, what I just told you. Whatever it was spooky, and it would not be a surprise to me nor my family if I ended up dead somewhere. I ended up moving into a building with a mortuary behind the building. This is true life. Also, my uncle passed away on January 7th. Okay, so what happened, okay, in real life, this place where I was staying, I was rented a motel weekly where I waited to get into a place to see if I was approved, right? That didn't come to pass, okay? But there were some weird things that happened there. And I was just lying down in my bed, they had a TV there, and, I was watching TV. It was around October. I remember that because I was watching these Halloween things, right? And this was a couple of years ago. Well, no, this is November of 2017. Okay, so I was lying down, and I felt like this brush that was like, it was like almost like a facial, but the brush was really stiff. So I didn't know if it was a facial or like a mortuary, right? So that was creepy because I was awake when this happened. So this place was haunted. Okay. And I thought, well, that's really weird. That's the only strange thing that happened there. And I thought, okay, what does this all mean? Right? Okay. So, but my uncle did pass away that following year in January. Okay. And in real life, I did end up like right behind the building when I moved was a mortuary. Okay. So that could have been it totally. Because I was like, I've had facials before. It's been a really long time since I've had facials, even though I do skincare. And I thought, well, this is a facial or is this like a mortuary? Well, how would I know about the mortuary? Because, I'm still alive, right? So anyway, I just remember that the brush was really thick and it was forceful. So anyway, I don't know. So my friend goes to me, oh, well, you look dead. That's because of what I told him. But, it could have just been, and I don't usually have, it's not like a normal occurrence for me to be awake and have these weird things happen. When I was in the Midwest, there was strange things that happened, but it's not like on an everyday basis. Okay, so I don't know. I think it could have been my uncle passing in January of 2018 or like the mortuary, because that's kind of strange to end up right in front of a mortuary or kitty corner. Okay, so the next dream is Nightgown and the Painter. This young girl is staying at this house with an older guy with brown wavy hair. She has long blonde hair and is sitting up against a wall in her nightgown. She wants to know why she cannot talk to her mom and wants her phone number. My brothers were there and were this and that. I never did anything to her. We're best friends with her when we were a kid. I never did anything to her. Her cousin said mom was afraid, so the girl was going to try to find number online. So I don't know. This was an actual dream. So it's actually a woman's mom. My brothers were this and that. We were best friends when we were kids. I'm not for sure who this is. And I don't know what this is about. The Painter is an extreme. Amy. There is this young female student who has several paintings of women. She has a blue charcoal color on her tight white shirt. Zone out. Okay, so the next dream, and I don't know, this might be the end of November 2017, but girls saw me in dream. There is this pretty young woman with brown eyes and brown long hair who looked right at me in this dream. Then a woman who was smiling and sitting on a bed while she chatted with teenagers. There are two slim white buildings next to each other that a man is in charge of. One of the doors was broken down or cut or something. Also, the door is being messed with off and on in the stream, like shaking a little bit. So I remember that I was in this dream, and this woman with brown hair and brown eyes and long hair entered my dream. She looked right at me in the dream, okay? And I do not know who it was in the dream. But that's kind of rare that happens. So I want to see, I think that's going to be it for the end of November 2017. I'll check here. I'm going to try to do December 2017. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're going to be in December 2017. Sometimes I rarely have dreams now, but sometimes there's periods in which there's quite a bit of dreams and then there's hardly any. So the next dream is December 2017. Crunching. A woman is alone and is walking in freshly fallen snow. I see a small sheet of snow and the sound of the snow crunching. So I think in the dream that I actually felt it, like on my feet, and sometimes that does happen. White eggs. On the second of the month, I heard, I don't think it is going to work out. There was this carpet that was cut into a long rectangular shape. There was 2 round white eggs in the rectangular. A guy was around, possibly a maintenance guy. So the next dream is skirt. 2 young women are sitting on a couch. One is wearing a black skirt. She has 2 cats. The Mexican girl with long brown hair and brown eyes was sitting down in a chair. She was really smart and answering questions from an adult. A woman is dressed up in a long black skirt and black handkerchief on her head, like a pirate. Shit. Okay, that's what it says. December, an old woman is somewhere in my dream. I am paying weekly and I'm staying at a woman's place. I have to borrow money because I do not get paid until the 3rd of this month. They have seen this before. Someone agreeing to pay but does not. She is packing items in boxes. The toilet overflows and shit is coming out of both the sink and toilet. Oh, that's pretty nasty. What time? That doesn't usually happen. What happened to you? I was hesitant about leaving and was working with an elderly woman. I didn't know where I was going, but wanted to go to Florida. A man mentioned to file a small claims and to clarify what happened to you. My friend could file a small claims as well. I was at my friend's place and stayed in the second bedroom as some of their friends came over to visit them. I asked them to be quiet because children were trying to sleep. My friends do not have children in real life. I would have to work so many hours per week. So I'm not for sure what this is about. This is December 24th, 2017. So I think this elderly woman wanted to explain what happened to me. Something about a small claims. And I don't know who my friend is. I kind of have an idea. Sometimes we get into similar situations. Vacation is an extreme. An ethnic young woman is on a vacation in possibly Mexico. I see a bird's eye view of a large rocks and blue ocean. She's wearing a bikini top. Another woman has red blotches on her legs. A woman didn't get a job. Too positive. Do not know where the job is located. Also, a guy is sitting on a couch by himself. Another woman wanted to come and be dropped off in Nashville, possibly wire money. Okay, so I remember that I think that there was like a job, possibly opportunity, but somebody else got it because, a woman was Pollyanna. And so she got the job and I've lived in different environments in which if you're acting Pollyanna, if you're too nice, they see that as a weakness. But then the Pollyanna states think that if you're not friendly, then there's kind of something wrong with you, maybe. So I'm at the Southwest. They are not really into that. Everything's okay, Pollyanna. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm older, so I'm not going to be, if you haven't noticed, in my opinion, the older people, they don't really walk around all positive, and at least most of them anyway. They're calmer. But anyway, another woman wanted to come and be dropped off in Nashville, possibly wire money. So I'm not for sure what that was about. Winding road. There's a group of young 20-somethings hanging out, no snow, no desert. The guy from the previous dream is driving on a winding road. Another woman is wearing a braided rainbow wig. Also very important, you are not going to last that long. Actually, I lasted longer than that. I don't know, but I think they're talking about the lease, and I did get out of the lease for medical reasons. I found out some medical concerns. Okay, so let's see if there's more for December 2017. No, I think that's it. That we're done. This is going to be a short one, but I don't know. I just kind of want to get that done. November through December of 2017. So that will conclude this podcast. And so thank you for watching.